If you've been on the internet for a while, it's likely at some point you've seen an OK Go music video. These things are almost always brilliant, making you feel a sense of childlike wonder as they take this concept that you thought you fully understood, whether it's optical illusions, zero gravity, or even printers, and presenting it in a way that you never thought of before. But what makes them so memorable? A lot of people on the internet have this list of things that a music video needs to be good. Most often you'll hear it's a correspondence between song and video, a strong underlying principle, or the use of many special effects. However, none of these things apply even slightly to their video for Here It Goes Again. There's really nothing the song and the video share thematically, there's no moral principle, and it uses no special effects. I find there's one thing that matters. Does the audience find this video entertaining? If yes, you've got a great music video. If not, no amount of special effects will save you. That being said, here are a few things that can help you make an entertaining video. The first thing that strikes most about OK Go's work is their creativity. When you see one of their music videos, you feel as though it's so out there and weird, and yet a subtle feeling that you should have thought of it. There's a very simple reason for this. As they explain in their TED Talk,
of these ideas is that it doesn't really feel like we think of them at all. Let's do something in one of those zero-gravity airplanes, but then instead of actually trying to sit there and think out what that something is, we spent a full third of our budget getting in an actual vomit comet and bouncing off the walls for a week. So this may seem to you like testing, but it really isn't, because at this point we don't yet know what our idea is. If we can put our thumbs up and get just a few things to line up, chances are no one else has ever made those same things line up before.
I think this adds to their videos. Even though they do weird things, by using this method, they all feel natural. Maybe you think you couldn't come up with these videos, but if you and 3 friends were asked to shoot a music video in zero gravity, or dancing with treadmills, I find it very likely that you would do a lot of the same things they did, because it just feels so natural. However, creativity would mean nothing without. Music videos are taking an auditory concept and giving it a visual concept to go with, so it makes sense to give the audience something to look at. Of course, this goes hand in hand with creativity. If you give your audience something to look at that's been done 1,000 times, it loses most of its magic. Also from their TED Talk.
But with the videos in particular, we're usually looking for this specific feeling, which is wonder. And there's always a component of surprise to wonder. So we're not just looking for good ideas, we're looking for good ideas that surprise us in some way.
To me, creativity leads to that surprise, but only becomes wonder when you add a strong visual aspect. Maybe it comes out in the form of doing something you'd never think to do with something you know well, like in their most recent video, Obsession, when they used 567 printers to do this. Or perhaps it's taking something you may have thought to do but never did, like in White Knuckle. Now, while this isn't completely necessary, I do feel as though it adds an attachment between music and video. It prevents a separation of works that could cause some viewers to become disengaged. Connection can take place in small ways, like this shot near the end of The Writings on the Wall. It shows Damien with the appearance of friends and human relationship, but unless carefully looked at from one specific angle, it's a clear facade, much like the unsteady relationship that the song speaks of. Or it can be done in a much more thematic way, like having a video for a song called That One Moment, about one short moment, that takes place in 4.2 seconds. Much like times in our own lives like those that the song speaks of, it all happens so fast and doesn't make sense until we look back on it and slow it down. And while there may not be a set formula for what makes a good video, this hasn't stopped OK Go from knocking it out of the park every time. Between their creativity and their artistic genius, I'll always find myself wondering just what they'll do next, and eagerly anticipating their next video. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, then consider subscribing, as this isn't the last time I'll be doing something like this. Or, check out some of my other videos for insights to other topics. The concept of music is still a small channel, so the support really helps.